Hey guys, so today what we're talking about is how you can increase your profits in your business, how you can open more locations, and also how you can work fewer hours while doing it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen and we will take a look here. So I'm going to start digging into this. We have a strategy that we use that can do all of these things. Most people are like, Andrew, I don't even know how to do one of those things, but how could I possibly make more money, open more locations, and have more freedom with my time? How could I work fewer hours while doing it? Well, let's dive into that right now. So I am hoping you can share my screen or see my screen. There we go. So I am going to draw you a little picture. And for those of you who know me, my drawing is terrible, so apologize in advance for that. So here's the strategy that we use with our clients. Number one is the people side of things, right? Because if you don't have the right people, everything else gets difficult, right? Because you're focusing on putting out fires, people are calling in sick, there's all these issues that are happening constantly. It's a tough time. So the people side is one of the things that we focus on, because I don't really care if you can hire the right people. Most people don't know why that is, but what I care about is that there's a hiring system in place that can allow them to free up from the business. Because think of it this way: if you're the one that has to do all the hiring, you can never get that level of freedom that you want, right? What I care about is that a manager 5 years down the road being able to come in, read these documents, watch some training videos, use the scoring criteria, and be able to make those right hiring choices. Now, I care that there's a training system in place to make sure there's no more of this, oh, I didn't know we were supposed to do it that way, or oh, nobody ever told me how to do this thing. I want to know that there is a training system in place that can routinely get people trained up with maximum efficiency in a reasonable amount of time to move your business forward, right? That's the people side of things. And it also extends to supervisors, to managers, to all of that kind of stuff. We need to make sure those are all done. So that's the people side of things. Once this is in place, a lot of things get easier. Next one is operations. So you guys might feel, hey, I've got a great handle on my operations. Well, let me tell you a story. So when I was running my 3 locations, I have 4 now, but when I was running 3, I was doing a site check at my locations, and I went in, and I'm sure you've seen this before. I had mirrors in the bathroom. So I'd always check over the bathrooms to see how they looked. And I went in, and the mirror was streaky or foggy. It's like it looked better before they even tried to clean it, right? So I went in there and I was like, oh my God, what happened here? Who did this? So I went over to our checklist and I said, okay, Susie. Susie's the one who closed. I texted her, said, Susie, you got to use Windex and paper towel to make sure that the bathrooms are clean. And then I brought all the staff into the bathroom, this tiny little bathroom. And I'm like, guys, we got to do better, because people judge our kitchen cleanliness based on our bathroom cleanliness, right? And because I was a hands-on owner, what did I do? I fixed it myself. I'm sure you guys have never done anything like that before. So the essence of it here is that what we had to do is we had to change our checklists from saying clean bathroom mirror to clean bathroom mirror with Windex and paper towel. Reason we had to do that is because right after I went to my first location, I went to my second, and guess what I found? The same thing. Because I was thinking, oh my God, how can we possibly be growing our sales, growing our profits, growing more locations if we can't clean a bathroom mirror? So we had to idiot proof everything, and not because people are idiots, but common sense isn't common to someone who's never done it before, right? So we had to make sure those things are in place so that even when I am not even in the country, the restaurant I know is still going to be done properly. We're going to have the right people. They're going to know exactly what to do. We're going to have the management to hold them accountable. Those pieces will run properly, right? Now, the next piece is the marketing side of the business. So what we really need to do is we need to make sure that there's marketing pieces in place. Not only do we need to bring in new customers, right? We also have to make sure our customers return more frequently. And when they visit, we need to get them to spend more incrementally, right? Most people just focus on one thing. They focus on either driving new traffic, or they, focus on frequency. They focus on one thing at a time. We need to do all of it all of the time, because the marketing game isn't won by one silver bullet. It's won by hundreds of bullets fired over and over and over and over again. And it snowballs and snowballs and snowballs until the point where your business doesn't even look anything remotely like it used to. That's what we need to do from a marketing perspective, is put all the strategies in and continually do it, because marketing is a game that's won from consistency, right? Just take this for as an example. Say you want to go to the gym, and say you went to the gym for, went 100%, like did as much as you could, but only went for a week, right? Is that going to have more results? Or are you going to have more results going 3 hours a week, but doing that for years? Which one's going to have more results? I think we can all say that person that went for a week and went really hard versus the one that did it consistently for years is going to have more results. So the next thing too is the metrics piece of it, right? So we need to make sure that the money we bring in through our marketing stays in the account, because what kind of point is it if we grow the business by $100,000 a year and it all goes right back out the window, right? So we need to make sure that the money stays in the bank account. You see that bank account grow every single month. And we do this by making sure we're priced properly. We're looking at our food and our labor costs. We're monitoring our numbers all of the time, setting targets, setting goals, and making sure that the business is running like a well-oiled machine financially. Our goal when we look at the people we work with is to try and get them to 20 to 25% profit margins. That's where we like to see them, because I believe that restaurants, 10% has been the goal for years. You can't really have a great life off of 10%. And so our goal is to more than double that. Okay. So here's the issue. Let's say we've got a husband and wife owners here. This is my awesome drawing. There's a reason I don't draw for a living. So basically, we've got our folks here. And so what normally happens for restaurant owners is that when they don't have the right people in the business, or people keep calling out, or they're short-staffed, who ends up filling the gaps? Well, they do. And if things don't get done right, there's mistakes, the lists aren't done properly, all that stuff happens. Who ends up filling in the gaps? Well, usually it's the owners. And because of that, most restaurant owners don't have the time to focus on the marketing and the finances. So the real issue for most restaurant owners is actually time, because they had the right people and they did all the right things. The owners could then focus on marketing, finances, growing more locations, and probably even having a little, I'm trying to draw a little umbrella here with a little fruity drink. There we go. Let's try this. There we go. That is my attempt at drawing a fruity little drink on the beach, having a vacation. So the reality here is that when all of these things work in concert together, that's where you can get radical results for your restaurant. That's how you're able to have more profits. That's how you're able to take more time, because the business runs on autopilot. You don't have to be there. And then you can focus on opening up more locations and living the life that you want. So when I look at restaurants, that is the exact strategy that we use, is by putting these pieces in place. It creates restaurants that run on autopilot with great profit margins that actually create a business that the owners love to have, and a life that everyone wishes they could have. So if you have any questions, let me know, but that's the exact strategy we use. If you want help implementing this, let me know. We do this, and we've done this for hundreds of clients, and we continue to do so. What I do is I teach people what I've already done. I have 4 locations. They run themselves. I work on that business about 5 hours a week. And you know what? Here I am focusing on teaching these things to you guys. So I teach people to do exactly what I've done in my business, and I'm passionate about it. And that's why we do it, because we love to see other people do the exact same things, because I was in your shoes. I was in a place before where life sucked, where I worked 80 to 100 hours a week for years. And I spent the first 5 years of my career working 80 to 100 hours a week. I worked 2 years without any days off. And I know that because the first year I bought the business, I took Christmas Day off, and then I worked all the way until the next Christmas. I even opened up on Christmas Day because I couldn't afford to lose a single dollar of revenue. And then I worked all the way until when I took Christmas Day off the following year. That's how I know I worked 2 years with no days off. And so this was my life, and I didn't pay myself. for years. You know, the max I paid myself in my first few years of my journey was actually, you know, I think it was $15,000, $20,000. Like, it was not much. It was at the point where my rent was like $15,000 and I paid myself $15,000. That's how I started. So I get where you guys are, and to go from that to where we are now, big change. And I want to help you guys do the same. So if you have questions, let me know. Again, Andrew from Ownershift. We'll see you soon.